Woo! What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Total Turnbuckle Talk. And today we are doing our live Smackdown and Raw recap. And when I mean we, I mean me and New York Yankee Mania. What's going on, man? How are we feeling?
How you doing, TJ? First of all, anything, happy birthday to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday to you.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday, TJ. Happy birthday to you.
Thank
And
you.
more.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We
I
do
hope
that
you
all the time on NY Yankee Mania. Everybody lets us know the birthday, and they want me to sing.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload. And don't forget, we are including you in everything that we do. So don't forget, you could ask questions in the chat and we will answer every single one that you do. So without further ado, let's start our live SmackDown and Raw recap. So we open up Monday Night Raw with Liv Morgan being a classic heel and also Io Sky showing up. And Io Sky is basically feuding with Liv Morgan, and there's a brawl that breaks out. So, how do you feel about that, Joe?
My feelings about Liv Morgan. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
So anytime she can get her, her buns twisted, I love it. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. I like the angle that they're going with it, but I still don't see the hoopla about Liv Morgan. I mean, she's okay, but
Yeah.
there are many better stars that I think would be in that fraction. I just don't see it, TJ. I don't know what I'm missing. I mean, I know she's got the look and all of that, but I don't know. Maybe I don't like her attitude. I don't like certain things about what she does, but I just think she's getting a lot more attention than some of the other superstars in the ladies' ranks.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they are kind of overhyping her a little bit. I mean, she's good in the ring, but like everything that she's involved with, it's like kind of engaging, but also kind of not. Where it's like, if you miss it, you're like, okay, I'll just kind of recap myself. But it's like not really that important. I'm not saying it's not important actually, but like it's just not. She's not super engaging to me. Um, and I think they're kind of like like they're really working her now.
Okay. No, you're
Yeah.
right.
But the next thing that happened on the Raw card was that Asuka is back. Asuka is back, everyone, with a new theme song by Def Rebel, of course. I don't like Def Rebel. Her new theme song sucks. But Asuka progresses in Queen of the Ring. I'm pretty sure to the semifinals now. Am I correct?
Yes.
Correct? Yes. Asuka progressed in the Queen of the Ring semifinals against, I think, who is it? Jade Cargill?
Yes.
Asuka faces Jade Cargill in the semifinals of Queen of the Ring. So that's going to be really good. The next segment on the card for Raw was that Goldberg returns. Goldberg returns. And I'm sure everyone is so super duper happy that a part timer is coming in to scoop up a WWE title. How do you feel about this show?
I don't like the way the angle's going. It just doesn't make any sense. The man is what, 59. I mean, not that he, for wrestling he's old, but I mean this angle that all of a sudden, from what I'm hearing, a lot of WWE backstages didn't want this to happen. Only one person really wanted this to happen, and I just think it takes away from Gunther's title defense. I mean,
Yeah.
where all of us only because they had words in one of the pay-per-views. There's no continuity with this. There's no reason for it. I mean, Goldberg had his day. Now it's Gunther, and he's too good to be put in these fake situations that make no sense.
Yeah.
And if Goldberg wins, what is that saying about now's talent. You know they can't. They if you put Goldberg over Gunther, that's a big mistake. He's your future. He's bringing in. He's a great heel. He's a good champion. As much as we wanted Uso and this and that. You can't put maybe 10 years ago, even 10 years ago is way too much. We're
Yeah.
talking about the '90s with Goldberg. What are
Yeah.
they expecting from this? That I mean, to me, it's taking away from Gunther's ride. It doesn't. It just doesn't play well. It doesn't play well. You want to have if that's going to be one of your main events, then WWE's in trouble. You
Yeah.
can't get away with this all the time.
Yeah.
They did it. They did it already with Brock Lesnar. Put it to
Yep.
rest. This
Yep.
guy out of nowhere, every 5 years, he's going to come out of retirement and he's going to beat up a champion. I mean,
Yeah.
come on already. It's old news. That's
That,
enough.
that reminds me of that one. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Joe, but there was this. I forget when it was. There was this Money in the Bank pay per view, and Mustafa Ali was about to win, and then literally Brock Lesnar just came in and pushed the ladder over, and they just won it. Like,
Right.
and that's kind of what they're doing with Goldberg here, and I feel like there are so many new talented wrestlers on the roster that we don't need these old part timers anymore. Like, I'm not trying to be like disrespectful to Goldberg or anything, but like, we don't need you anymore. There are other things that we can do. We have people like Rusev, which I think Goldberg versus Rusev is where he should be right now, because Rusev's not doing anything except for feuding with Akira Tozawa. I think that Goldberg should be with Rusev, elevate them both, because WWE hasn't been doing anything with Rusev since he came back. He's just been tapping out Akira Tozawa and Otis. There's no point, and I feel if we keep bringing in old part timers, then WWE is going to crumble. And CT Card says, I'm with you, TJ. Why are they bringing back these older stars and they magically beat up on the young guys? Really? Thank you, CT. I completely agree with you. There's no reason why we need to be bringing back all these old people and they're just beating up everyone and looking. These young stars look weak. It's dumb. But like it's a different story when we're talking about like WrestleMania appearances. That's a different thing. Like when Shane McMahon came back, unfortunately
Right.
tore his quad at WrestleMania 39. But like that was like a special moment, right? When Undertaker came back at WrestleMania 40, I was there, and he choke slammed The Rock. That was cool. That's fine. But when you start taking old part timers and you put them up against title and you put them with title shots as soon as they come back, that's bad writing, and shame on Triple H for that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of friction going on. And listen, I don't have anything against Goldberg, but if you're going to have him every 5 years, that he's going to intercede like this, what does it say for the champion? Or are they trying to say there's nobody that they can put up against this guy other than Uso? I
Yeah,
don't think so. I don't think so.
yeah,
A CT he says I get the WrestleMania moments. That I understand. Yeah, but I don't understand anything else. I really don't. I really don't.
yeah. It
But
does not. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, one thing I did want to address before we move on, TJ, that I'm getting a lot of people in my stream and everything that about Hulk Hogan, folks. Hulk Hogan is not on his deathbed. Please don't listen to the junk that they're saying out there. There are people that want to get back at Hogan for things that happened privately or whatever. So they had a chance and they jumped on it. If you don't hear it on Fox or NBC or ABC or CNN or any of those channels, don't believe it. Don't believe it. This man had a neck problem. He's had 28 surgeries, but he's not on his deathbed. He's fine. He's doing well, and he's going to be at Hogan's yard there. That he has his restaurant pretty soon. And by the way, if I don't know how many people know, but he's opening up a big pub across the street from Madison Square Garden, which I think is very cool.
Where he's serving his beer brand, I assume.
Yeah, his beer brand and everything. It's exactly across the street from Pennsylvania Station in the back. So it's like 35th Street, and it's going to be a really really cool place. And he's running that, I believe, with Eric Bischoff, and that's all going to come out. Not many people know that. I'm breaking that right now, and it's probably going to open, I think, in October or November. So look for that, and that's going to be cool, right across the street where he became really Hulkamania. So I wanted to get that out of the way. Kudos to people that gave me that breaking news. Thank you very much.
Let's turn our attention to the crowd. What's going on, CG Cards? What's going on, Real Bill? How you guys feeling? Hulk Hogan cannot tear off a T-shirt now. I agree with that. But I wanted to circle back to what I was talking about. I wanted to show this to CG Cards. I was at WrestleMania. Here's what I wanted to show you. This is where I was sitting. I saw Cody Rhodes win the title. That was one of the most magical moments I've ever witnessed. I saw Damian cash in. I saw CM Punk cost him. Thank you, CT Cards. It was really cool, and I want to go back. I've also been to a Smackdown before in Orlando. Yeah, there was a lot of people there. I think it was like 60,000. It was crazy. I literally went to this exact same stadium again the other day because I went to go see Metallica. If any of you guys like Metallica, put that in the comments.
Oh yeah, I think I guess CT Cards would like that, being the fact he's involved with the Grateful Dead, so Metallica's right up his alley.
I saw Metallica the other day, and I'm going to go see Linkin Park in the summer in August. So
better you than me. Better you than me. I'll take my nice normal concerts. Thank you very much.
What are you listening to, Joe? What are you listening to?
What do I listen to? You're gonna laugh, so why?
What are you listening to?
I like the old times. I like ABBA. I like people like that.
The Beatles?
I totally enjoy it, and I love all the new young singers like a Connie Talbot. They're awesome, and that's what I listen to. What is it Joe listens to? The great mix of music. Yep, I do actually. But I like a little bit of everything. But I like the older type. But I like to say, I would love to again see a Celine Dion concert, but I don't think that'll ever happen again. Unfortunately, she's not doing that well with that crazy disease that she has. I'll go as far as Springsteen, but
nice. Bruce Springsteen. Nice.
I've had it with him too. I just don't. Billy Joel, maybe.
Billy Joel's amazing.
Yeah, Billy Joel. So these are the people that I like. Real Bill has another comment.
It doesn't make sense they bring back these dinosaurs that they bring back to wrestle Young Bucks. Cena got his butt kicked by Roman Reigns. Yeah, that pisses me off. This entire Cena thing is turning people off. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it makes no sense to bring these guys back. They already did a program with Goldberg. Now you're going to bring in another one?
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, I wanted to. What's going on, Dev Finch? How are we feeling, Dev? I'm glad you guys could join us. Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Right before we hit back to the actual Raw and SmackDown, I wanted to show CT Cards. I was there for the Metallica concert at the same stadium. But anyways, next thing that happened on the Raw card, there's a match between AJ Styles and JD McDonough, and AJ Styles came out on top, holding the championship. So it's pretty clear what AJ Styles' intentions are. There was a promo between Bayley and Becky Lynch. uh, just exchanging harsh words towards one another.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
I don't get the coronation with what they're doing with Bailey. I mean, to me, she doesn't get enough credit, and all of a sudden, I don't know, when she's getting that close, then they push her back, and I don't
yeah,
like that. She
yeah,
should have her fame a little bit. There's no reason. She's been there. She's a dedicated worker. She is a good wrestler, and that so ever since she gave up the title, they like put it to the garbage, and that's wrong. That's not right at all. Sort of
yeah,
like what AEW does. As soon as they get the most out of you, they just put you aside. Like they let Mariah May go, they're out of their minds. They're
yeah. I think if AEW still had Mariah May, now known as Blake Monroe, they would be making more money. And there was this one episode of AEW Dynamite. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but only like 100 people showed up. They
yeah.
are they're
I was very 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 surprised about that. Very surprised.
Yeah, they're losing population, which I'm always one for WWE,
Well,
but I will.
they got 1,000 wrestlers, and you see them like 3 weeks, and then you don't see them forever.
Yeah, then they're just gone. They're right off into the wind. They're just done.
CT Cards hit it on the nose. It's kind of like the Yankees, what the Yankees do to their younger players. You hear about them, but do you ever see them? No, once in a blue moon. But no, really, they've got to straighten out. You have too many wrestlers. It's no good, and you're only talking about a 2-hour show, and now SmackDown technically is going to be 2 hours real soon. So either they make another day, but we have wrestling every day of the week. Every day of the week, if you think about it, you have Monday. Monday you got Raw. Tuesday you have NXT. Wednesday you have AEW. Thursday you have TNA. Friday you have SmackDown. Saturday you have Collision. Sunday, I don't know. Sunday you have your pay-per-views. So there's every day there's wrestling.
Yeah,
Why aren't some of these talents on these cards?
there's no excuse. There really is no excuse why we shouldn't be putting younger talent up on the main roster.
And these luchadors and some of it's all right, but you want to see the meat and potatoes out of the big wrestlers. You don't want to, these acrobatics. They're nice for a while, but it takes away from everything. It really does, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I said this on a YouTube short before we get back to this. I said on a YouTube short there will be no toleration for hate from Mr. Iguana. I love that man. I love Mr. Iguana in AAA. I think he is one of my favorite wrestlers right now.
Yeah, he's a good performer, but there's only so much of that you can watch.
Yes, I agree with that.
They want to see action. They didn't pay $1,000 just to see a guy flip all over the place. They want to see you get beat up. They want the chairs. They want the tables. They want the ladders. They want all of that. They want blood, which WWE banned, in the past years, and now little by little it's coming back.
Oh yeah,
Either on purpose or regular. If you ever notice, anybody ever notice at the minute there's a sight of blood, the referee puts on gloves?
yeah.
You ever notice that? Yeah, I mean it's weird, and just the way they do it's crazy. But they want action. Listen,
Yeah.
you're not going to pay. Look, if you had to pay $1,000 for the seat, do you want to see somebody go through a table, or through the announcer's table, or do you want to see somebody backflip and everybody's in a row and knock you down? What good is that? That's wrestling. If you want regular wrestling, then go to college wrestling, and you'll get to see beautiful, which puts me to sleep. But I know that. I mean, obviously that's real and everything. This is entertainment. And if you're going to pay that amount of money, you want to get the best out of it. Is there room for the luchadors? Yes. But not to dedicate a half hour or 40 minutes all to it. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you, if you agree with me on it, but that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Now there were some matches that were announced on Raw. AJ Styles versus Dominic Mysterio at Night of Champions for the Intercontinental Championship. Bailey versus Becky Lynch next week on Raw, which is tomorrow for the title. Kairi Sane okay, oh yeah. So there was we should actually talk about this. There was a match that was scheduled on Raw between Kairi Sane and Liv Morgan. Kairi Sane came out, Liv Morgan came out, and the match started like usual. About 30 seconds into the match, Kairi Sane performed a standard takedown like any standard wrestling sports entertainer would do. And Liv Morgan, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure dislocated her shoulder. So Liv Morgan is out of action right now. She is currently getting medical treatment, but it is a very real injury, and Liv Morgan is injured. So
yeah, I mean, I don't wish any. I mean, I'm not a big fan, but I don't wish anything about her. It's going to take a little time, but she'll definitely be back.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's definitely it's going to take a little while. They just have to get their act together. The one thing I'm very happy about is that they didn't go full force with Charlotte Flair because she's done.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have her in a few matches, but enough with her. We've had it with that. We've had it. Let the new come in. I like to see Becky Lynch go up against the one that she beat for the championship. I think she's awesome. The name escapes me right now for a second. She who beat Becky Lynch beat who for the championship?
For the what? I WrestleMania 30 something?
No, when she came back, she turned on her partner.
Oh, Lyra Valkyria.
Yeah, I think the world of her. I think she's a great wrestler.
She's very good. I like her.
And that was ridiculous. How do you have the night before they're holding on to their kids and this and that, and then out of nowhere she just turns on her tag team partner after they struggle to win, and then boom, that was a little off on my end.
Yep. Now before we head to, I think it would be the last match of the card for Raw, which would be King of the Ring match between Bronson Reed, Sheamus, Jey Uso, and Rusev. Before we head on to that, I want to take the time to address something. I think it was on Raw or last Smackdown, not this one, but the last one, where we saw advertising in WWE has came to an all-time high, and it could continue to get crazier. Piper Niven took out a table, and it was a slim. It's kind of blurry, but it was a Slim Jim branded table. It's not gonna be long until we start seeing advertisements plastered all over everything. And same thing with this table right here. CM Punk through the Slim Jim table. That is absolutely ridiculous, and that pisses me off because it's not long until we see. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there was the Slim Jim commercial with Jey Uso, and he was wearing all Slim Jim decked out gear. It's not long before wrestlers actually start wearing that. Yes, it is TKO. Thank you, Dev. It's TKO. It's crazy. Advertisements are being plastered all over. When we were when I went to WrestleMania, I don't know if you can see it, but in the middle of the ring, there is a Prime logo. That I thought was going to be the Pinnacle, but it wasn't. See, now at WrestleMania 41, there were literally advertisements all around the ring. That's crazy. That's insane. And now the tables, an object that hasn't been modified at all, has now been changed into a freaking Slim Jim. Like, are we serious? Why are we doing that? We are snapping tables like Slim Jims. What are we doing?
Well, what bothers me, especially with Raw, is how do you have a match and it's really interesting, and then you go to the commercial and then you don't do half a screen. That's one thing I give AEW credit for. At least if they're in the commercial, we get to see the action.
Yeah.
99% on Raw, you don't see the action. SmackDown, they do it a little bit. But
Yeah.
if you got a fight going on, you got to see the fight.
Yeah.
To me, that now obviously the match will never end while you're on a commercial, and
Yeah. That
the
can't happen.
referee signals the wrestlers that they're back on, or however they do it. But still, that is so annoying. You're enjoying a match. Boom! You got to go to a Slim Jim or a car commercial or whatever commercials there are.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's all about it's the mighty dollar. I understand that, but WWE's got a fortune for being on Netflix. A fortune.
Yeah.
If Netflix is doing that, at least give us half a screen.
Yep. Hmm.
When the match is over, go to your 3 minutes, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But it's so silly. It's so silly
Or
that you
or
don't.
or just make the ad breaks longer. If we're gonna just make the ad breaks longer in between, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, as long as there's no match going on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They would have never done anything like that in a Hulk Hogan title defense. They
Never.
wouldn't do that. They would
Yeah.
not do that. It'd be insane. People would go nuts.
Yes.
But this is America. This is sports now. It's just the way it is.
TKO.
Everything
TKO.
is the money. TKO. Everything is money, 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 money.
Yes.
That's it.
The next thing on the card for the last thing on the card, the main event was a King of the Ring semifinals qualifier match between Bronson Reed, Sheamus, Jay Uso, and Rusev. And Jay Uso walks out with the win. It will be Jay Uso versus Cody Rhodes in semifinals for King of the Ring. And yeah, they kind of stared each other off at the end. I think me personally, I think that Jay Uso is gonna win because Cody Rhodes is already guaranteed to get that title back. No way Cody Rhodes doesn't get that title back. Uh,
Well,
I
there's
think I think
a lot of rumors that Cody's turning.
probably.
But I'm also hearing on the other side, they won't do it. He's too darn popular. He's too popular for them to turn him bad at this point. No way. But there are because they were saying, oh, the way he looked at Uso when he came in the ring to help him, there was like a stare or something. I don't know. They were
Well, I mean, also like obviously there's gonna be a stare because they're facing each other. Like
right. But I'm just saying, I don't. They're not going to buy. They're not going to buy Cody Rhodes turning evil again. That to me is ridiculous. That'd be ridiculous. I love the fact that what's his name is a baby face now, and I think he's going to be a future. From the Roman Reigns days. I hope him and
Jacob Fatu.
Fatu. I hope he teams up with Roman Reigns. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
That
man.
would be a great slam match.
Yeah.
Against Sokoa and the gang there.
Yeah.
I see Dirty Dom turning good too. One way or the other, he's gonna be a face very soon, either on the pay-per-view or on Raw. One of the or whatever. He's definitely turning.
Yeah.
That I almost guarantee.
Yes. The next thing, that was the last thing. So we are moving on to SmackDown, and oh my God, this SmackDown was one of the best SmackDowns we've had in a while. Look at all these notes that I have for SmackDown. I have so much for SmackDown, so we gotta get cracking on this. On Friday show open up with LA Knight and Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman threatens LA Knight. Basically saying if you don't get out of Grand Rapids, Michigan on this beautiful Friday night, something bad is going to happen to you. And then it later gets announced that Bronson Reed versus LA Knight will be happening later in the night, and we will get back to that. The next actual match that happened was, it was Asuka versus Alexa Bliss in the Queen of the Ring semifinals. And Asuka wins, so she is in the final round of the Queen of the Ring. What do you think about that, Joe?
Not crazy about it.
Why not?
I'm not. I've never really been an Asuka fan. I don't think she makes a good heel, and I don't think she makes a good face. There's just something about her that rubs me the wrong way. I don't see her really making any. I'd rather have Bayley. No question about it.
I think Asuka is. Bayley. I think Asuka really had her moment.
I just don't see it. I think
Asuka really had her moment during WrestleMania 39 against Bianca. I think that was her pinnacle. But there. Okay, so for those of you guys that play WWE 2K25, the Dunk and Destruction DLC will be coming out on June 25th, featuring Tyrese Halliburton, I think Shaq, and all these other NBA stars. So 3 days away from the day that we were recording this, June 22nd to June 25th, you can get your hands on the DLC Dunk and Destruction pack for WWE 2K25. And also, WWE 2K25 has undergone a recent patch note which fixed bugs in universe mode. So definitely, if you're playing WWE 2K25, check out the channel Smack Talks, because they it's not an advertisement, but check out Smack Talks because they cover everything. But WWE 2K25 has gone under some major bug fixes, so definitely check that out. Now, next thing on the card for SmackDown, there was a match scheduled for Kit Wilson versus Aleister Black, but it got canceled because R-Truth just randomly attacked Kit Wilson. What do you think about that? Joe?
I'm not. Well, first of all, I want to let you know, is the stream working okay on your end? Because you're coming in very choppy.
Yeah. So are you. I don't know what's going on.
You're basically frozen.
On the YouTube screen, on the actual YouTube stream, you're the one that's being choppy.
You want to like bring it down and then come back up. Or?
Okay, I brought him down. I'll bring him back up. You're still a little choppy. I mean,
as far as I see, I'm working good. I mean, I see it great.
All right, I think is this better? Is this a little better?
Now it's better.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So
there's a lot of storms going around.
Yeah, there are a lot of storms going around. Oh yeah. Okay. So, what do you think about R-Truth attacking Kit Wilson? Joe, what do you think about R-Truth attacking Kit Wilson? Joe.
I can't. I'm not hearing you, TJ.
What do you think about R-Truth attacking Kit Wilson?
On my end, you're frozen.
Dev, I have a PS5. You're not frozen for me.
I like the idea. The yeah, I just see you. I just see it frozen. But as long as I can hear you, now it's good.
All right, wait. Can you see me? You're good.
So, what was your question? Your question was about.
What do you think about R-Truth attacking Kit Wilson?
Yeah, no, I thought that was great. Just keep going and going with it. The only thing that I never really liked what they did with him, they always made him look like a dope, and I never liked that. Now all of a sudden, when he's like 55 years old, they're making him a star again. And I mean, for 10 years, they just made him look dopey, and that was
Yeah.
wrong. I didn't like that at all. But now it's looking more alive with him. But I think, is it too late? I don't know. I don't know. It's a very strange way. The way, I mean, they just made him out to be a fool, and I don't like that at all.
Yeah. Uh, After that, yeah, there was a match between Charlotte Flair and Chelsea Green, and Charlotte Flair won that one thanks to Alexa Bliss helping her. So, okay,
Yeah, see that I don't understand
I don't know
because
why.
your
I don't know why.
future is Chelsea Green.
Yeah,
Why it? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. And if they're gearing for they're making a big mistake if they're going to put back Charlotte Flair on top. No way. She is past that.
yeah,
She's past
yeah.
that prime.
She's not in her
There's
prime
so many
anymore. I don't think she. I don't
wrestlers
think
that
she
are
needs to.
better than her right now.
Yeah. Um. But the next thing that happened was there was a stare down between Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Randy Orton, and Sami Zayn. They were all basically saying, we all love each other and respect each other, but there can only be one winner. And then that transformed into Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn match for the semifinals of the King of the Ring tournament. And Randy Orton won. So Randy Orton is facing either Cody Rhodes or Jey Uso in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. I think that's fine. What do you think about that?
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Right now, who do you think is who would you want to see win the King of the Ring?
Jay needs to win this. Jay needs to win this. Cody doesn't need to win this. Randy doesn't need to. Randy versus see definition opponent opposing opinion. Randy versus Cody. See, but here's the thing, Dev. I think that it's gonna be Jay, mainly just because I think Cody's going to win that title back at some point, and I think they're going to write him to win the title back. There's no way that he doesn't, and I think that Jey Uso is going to face probably Gunther, or not, or maybe even Goldberg at something. I'm not at SummerSlam for the title if they put Goldberg over, and I think that could be a really cool thing. And I think that Jey Uso needs that because they've been working him a lot. CT Card said I still own my Atari 7800. I definitely feel old. I have no idea about these new video game systems. Yeah, I have my PS5 in there, and I also play PC games here, especially WWE 2K25. Again, with the new Dungeon Destruction DLC that's coming out. My favorite game of all time is Ghost of Tsushima, and I also like GTA 5. Definitely put down in the comments what your favorite video game is because I am very interested to see. Yeah, it will be Randy Orton versus either Cody or Jay in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. There was a segment between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton after that.
Yes.
My favorite game is Asteroids. I get it.
You don't mess around with my Tiffany.
Yeah, Tiffany Stratton versus there was a promo battle between them, and literally Naomi was about to cash in on Tiffany Stratton because Nia Jax attacked her, but then Nia Jax stopped her, pulled her away, and said, "Nah, you're not cashing in." So we actually almost saw Naomi cash in. Next thing that happened was that Solo Sikoa apologized to Jacob Fatu, saying, "Jacob, I love you, Jacob." And Jacob Fatu was like, "No, nah, I hate you, Solo." And they had this brawl, and Jacob Fatu came out on top with the help of Jimmy Uso. So that'll be really cool. Like a tag team, maybe a tag team match between Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa at JC Mateo. I still call him Jeff Cobb. Anyways, the next thing, which I told you that we were going to circle back to it, Bronson Reed versus LA Knight, and it was a disqualification because Braun Breaker speared LA Knight, and LA Knight got like 3 tsunamis on him, just bang, bang, bang. and LA Knight definitely needs medical attention now. What do you think about that, Joe? Putting LA Knight down.
Yeah, that was I that was unexpected. I didn't think they were going to do something like that. But I don't know. LA Knight, I could see him joining Paul Heyman. I think
Really?
eventually, yeah. In my opinion, I think they're going to turn him villain because he's got that persona. I know it's like
Snobby,
L.A. Knight
snobby.
and all of that, but he's got a persona to be a bad guy, and I
Yeah,
think
he's
eventually
snobby.
he's going to turn on someone. He's going to
Yeah,
turn on a tag team champion, or he's going to do something, maybe hit somebody by mistake. They're going to
yeah.
take exception to it. But my opinion, by SummerSlam, I believe LA Knight's going to be a villain.
I could see that. I could see that. Okay. It was made official on SmackDown that there would be a Night of Champions match between Jacob Fatu, Yaramin versus Solo Sikoa for the USA Championship. I'm fine with that. I think that
Oh,
Jacob
so am
Fatu's.
I.
I think that Jacob
I
Fatu's
want
gonna win
I
that.
want to see him beat. I want to see beat him to a pulp.
Yes.
I want to see
Yeah.
him cream him, Sokoa.
Yaramin
I like
Fatu.
I like. Yeah, I know. I like Fatu as a good guy.
Yeah.
As a baby face, I love it. He's gonna be the future. If not world, it definitely intercontinental or something. But he's gonna be a champion for a while.
Yeah.
And
Uh. Yeah.
I just think that's a great thing. That's a great angle that they're going to be pulling. But I do see more people going into Paul Heyman's stable. I think little by little they're getting into these managers again, like they used to do in the '80s and the '90s. And
Yeah. Like
that.
yeah.
I like that. I like the managers, and
Like the battle for Paul Bearer, like that.
yeah, you know what surprises me with Paul Heyman. My God, he got so heavy. I remember they got on Paul Bearer. They told him if you don't lose weight, we're going to release you because they were afraid he could get a heart attack in the ring.
Yep.
And I've never seen Paul Heyman this heavy. He is huge. And I mean he's obviously started out as a skinny Malik, basically your frame. Yeah, no, but and then that's skinny for him. He's even bigger than that. He's
Yeah.
way bigger than that. His stomach is tremendous.
Yeah. Hold on. Wait. Let me show you. Let's see. Side by side comparison.
Yeah, he's right there,
Yep.
right there. He's tremendous. Look at the difference.
Yep.
That's him today, man. That stomach is just, I'm really surprised the WWE's, they're not giving him a talking. I mean, they love him. I know that they absolutely love him. But you know, you know how he got started, right?
Paul
Paul
Bearer.
Heyman. Yeah, he was sneaking into Madison Square Garden and taking
Yep.
photos,
Uh huh.
and then one thing led to another, and he was a nuisance. And they said, you know what, just let this guy fix the ring. And
Yeah.
then one thing led to another. It's funny how things happen, right? He was just, they couldn't take it anymore. He just kept showing up, and he would show up for shows, and he'd go to the hotels. I mean, like he didn't have any type of life at that point, but he knew what his niche was, and that was to be a star in wrestling, and that's what he's doing. But I am concerned with his health. I mean, he's really getting big.
Yeah. Before we wrap up the show with the final thing on the card, I just want to say I got a notification on my phone right here about a WWE Championship being vacated. It says a new NXT Heritage Cup champion will be determined on June 24th NXT episode, with the title now being officially vacated. I figured I'll let you guys know that that title is vacated on NXT. because I thought it was important to know. So the last thing on the card for SmackDown this week was R-Truth versus John Cena, and it was a disqualification because John Cena used his belt and used like he usually does. And then CM Punk came in. John Cena put him through a table, and then John Cena cut a recreation of CM Punk's infamous pipe bomb promo. How do you feel about that? And I thought the promo was amazing.
No, the promo was great. I mean, they did everything perfect on that.
Yeah,
Uh, I would really like to see CM Punk give it one last hurrah as champion.
yeah,
Uh, but if they came to me right now and said, Joe, who would you rather have champion, Cody Rhodes or Punk? I guess I'd have to go with Cody Rhodes because he just
yeah,
matches with the people, with the young stars. That's the beauty of it. The young people mesh to him. CM Punk, the young people like him, but I think they're a little afraid of him. There's a
yeah,
big difference. They're like they hold back a little bit more. But with Cody, they just open up their arms and Cody, hug me, please. And that I would like to see another a Punk a champion, but I don't think it's going to happen. I
yeah.
just
But yeah, John Cena cut an infamous pipe bomb promo mentioning several other wrestlers outside of WWE. And it
right.
was really cool. He broke the fourth wall multiple times. And I think that this could be something that we see more of from John Cena because of this heel persona that he's putting on. But that
Yeah.
is the end. That is the end of the SmackDown and Raw recap. Do you have anything else to say, Joe?
No, just well, let's see what develops this week. What kind of news breaks? Any championships change hands? We will let you know in the stream. TJ will definitely give you the shorts and all of that. And keep the questions coming, everyone. As we
Yes.
as we keep going, we'll have more and more live shows as we get closer to the all the big main events. So just hang in there, everyone, and don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. The most important. The more you do, the more content we're going to be able to give you,
Yes.
and it's just a matter of time. And we want to get the chat involved eventually too. So kudos to everybody here, and I hope everybody has a great weekend. And again, TJ, happy birthday once more. I hope you enjoy it and you get everything that
Thank
you
you.
deserve. You're an amazing young man.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, please like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss another upload. And don't forget, we are including you guys in the stream, so definitely next stream, ask questions and tell us what you think of all the events going on in WWE right now. That is the end of the show. I hope every single one of you watching has an amazing day, and also you as well, Joe. See ya.
Thank you. Same to you and your family.
Thank you. See you later, guys.